we were watching the State of the Union live, doing commentary and all that. I know many of you were, and during that, there's a certain amount of pressure and fun in engaging in social media, giving your hot takes on what's going on. I mean, we do that. That's sort of our job. Not all the takes, great takes though. I noticed, came across a few on Twitter, thought you might want to see. Tomi Lahren had a real winner. She left this tweet up, by the way. The Russian invasion is tyranny, but forcing Americans to wear face diapers and get 3 ineffective COVID shots is our patriotic duty. Weird.
When did she get her medical degree? I didn't know she went to medical school. She a scientist?
I don't believe so, based on what I've seen.
Is she a Scientologist at least some sort of science?
That is possible. I think she does live in LA, so there's a chance. Anyway, look, sometimes tweets get away from you and you sort of lose track on what point exactly you're trying to make. So every part of that is terrible. So the idea that masks are face diapers is such a weird way to think about the world. What do you think about mouths to come up with a term like that? I'm not sure that I want to know.
Well, we know what she's been spewing, John, so she needs a diaper.
Apparently, yeah. Should it just be freely spewed out there? The idea that you have some sort of patriotic duty to get shots is, by the way, in an alternate USA, exactly what they would be saying. The idea that we should band together to save lives.
That's how
anything is your patriotic.
That's how we eradicated polio in the country.
Exactly. No,
we band together. And who's to say they're ineffective? I happen to be watching a State of the Union where most people were maskless, practically making out. I think there's been some progress due to the shots.
Maybe. Here's the issue. So she wants to do the yes, but this thing, the formulation of a tweet. So she has to start off with the Russian invasion is tyranny. Wait, so
it's not
saying that it's not? I don't think that she's saying that it's not, or she doesn't intend to, but she doesn't know. She knows that she's supposed to be against what she's seeing. And by the way, Tommy, right there with you, I didn't like the speech either, but you can try to be consistent, like between 2 parts of a tweet or consistent with your political ideology, you could do that. The issue is that, of course, the incentives just aren't there. For someone like Tomi Lahren, she is saying dumb things, but importantly, she is saying it to the dumbest people. And so they're gonna love it. They think that that is a slam dunk. That's more clever than anything I could say. If I spent 6 months trying to come up with something, I wouldn't win them over.
Now we know who Lauren Boebert is listening to. It's Tomi Lahren, because that's who she's talking to. She's talking, and she needs to take a Logics 101 class because it's a straw man argument. It doesn't really make any sense. But that's what non-rational, non-critical thinkers respond to. Oh yeah, you think that's tyranny? What about this? What about this? And it's like, well, let's just sit down and talk about what the real issue is here. You sound like Cartman from South Park.
Exactly. Which I like. I get
which
that.
I love.
Yeah, why is she not a Republican congresswoman yet?
She will be
at least as good as Boebert and Marjorie Greene.
Well, she probably has some skeletons in her closet, John.
She has some liberal type skeletons in her closet because a lot of this is an act that she has gradually put on to chase clout and money. But I don't know. They didn't mind that Donald Trump had been a Democrat, pro-choice, all that. They got past all that. Why not for her too? Well, we also had this, and hers was an attempt to do something that got away from her. This is more of I see tweets like this from all sides, where like it's the lowest common denominator thing, where you're not really saying anything, but you know that it's gonna be well received. So Kayleigh McEnany tweeted, Biden spoke a lot about coalition building, but very little about dictator enabling, which is exactly what he was done with Putin. Okay, I get that you're capitalizing words, but what are you fundamentally saying there? The coalition is to stop the dictator. That's what the coalition is for.
Which is hilarious because that tweet would actually be very perfect for Trump. Yet she didn't have anything like that to say when he was cuddling up with Trump and having whatever, yellow rain parties they had or whatever they did. I don't know, allegedly.
No.
No.
Face diapers all around. Or even if you don't want to make it about Putin. I mean, like, I'm not the guy that says that I fell in love with Kim Jong-un through letters. Like, if anything is dictator enabling, falling in love with the dictator seems like it would fall under that. So again, it's just it's so lacking in self-analysis for the administration that she so recently served in.
She wants to keep getting paid, John. She got this. We knew she was going to get this little cushy job. You knew she was going to. She's just saying what the people want.
Yeah. So anyway, look, I know. Did you have any other takeaways from the State of the Union? Is any of it going to matter in 2 weeks? Will it matter?
This was a placeholder. This was checking a box. Let's do it. If anything, I was disgusted at how chummy everybody was when the State of the Union is so delicate. When we have a situation in the Ukraine and the involvement with Russia that we were a very big part of. And that has not been addressed at all. It's been going on for 8 years. And who got in there and got involved 8 years ago? We did. So it's disgusting to me to see everybody, hi, smiling, kissing it. And we have some stuff going on that's really sick. The defund the police thing, really, I was just like, really, bro? You had to go there. You had to say that. That's for the State of the Union. It was needless. Yeah. No, but he wants to be part of the Mean Girls. We got the squad and we got the Mean Girls. So we know he wants to, wear pink on Wednesdays or whatever.
Yeah, go sit with them then. Go sit. You can interrupt your own speech.
You know that movie too well, John.
I do actually. Yeah. So like if we can draw anything from it, if there was any honesty to what he was saying, I am horrified by the message that I heard, and not the purely rhetorical message. He's saying, I have optimism, it's strong, we're gonna come together, it's unity, all that is fine. But if that is all that you have, and my analysis, and I'm trying to be fair and serious here, is that was all that there was, there's nothing beneath it. There is no plan for the only accomplishment that I can see him really pushing for is maybe a little bit of help to Ukraine and getting Ketanji Brown Jackson on the SCOTUS. Other than that, dude is gonna be on vacation effectively. He may not be in Mar-a-Lago, he may not be golfing, but he has planned for no work because he has not described to us strategy for how he gets anything done.
And it shows us how weak the Democratic Party is, which is frightening considering Trump still has quite a hold on the Republican Party. And it shows us that Democrats are nothing more than Republican light. There's not even two parties anymore. It's just they're not even center anymore. They're right of center. We have Mitt Romney and Manchin making out, hanging out like buddies. Okay, so you're on the same team then, right? We get it.
Yeah, they were hanging out with each other. Yeah, and what it really comes down to is it's not about whether what they say is the same. It's about what they will do. And if the right will talk about critical race theory and transgender athletes and then do nothing to help you, and the Democrats will be like, well, I don't think we should be banning critical race theory and I don't want us going after transgender athletes, but won't do anything to help you. At the end of the day, I guess I'd choose the other, but it fundamentally doesn't make as much of a difference as it really could.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.